This is our video evaluation for the short film Purgatory, talking about how we challenge the conventions of the thriller genre throughout the film.
Right, so firstly we have props theory, where he says that you tend to have the villain, the hero, and the damsel in distress as the three main characters in a film. We challenge this, as we do have these three main characters, but they're portrayed in a very different way. Firstly, Steve. We see him first, and we tend to see him as the good guy who's just trying to help out Angus and help him. Angus, what's his name? Johnny. We're trying to help him out and trying to solve his issues. But later on in the film, we discover that he's actually
like the devil.
The devil. So in a way, we do follow this, as we still have the three main characters, but
they're a lot more complex than that.
Yeah, we have. You're led to believe that he is good, and then it turns out that he is the bad guy in the end. You also have Angus, who the camera follows for most of the time, and the film is seen through his point of view. So the audience is more sympathetic with him, even though he does murder his girlfriend. So this could be said that it isn't following the codes of props theory, because he's actually the bad guy.
Yeah, it's strange at the end of the film because it's a dream at the end of it. He does, in a way, he is still the good character because he's not committed any of these sins. But at the same time, the way he looks and the way he's becoming very upset by his dream suggests that perhaps he has the potential to become the bad character, and that sort of challenges these conventions.
We also use Todorov's theory. We tend to go against this, as the structure of the film has a clear beginning, middle and end, and you have a lot of flashbacks throughout the film. So I think this isn't conventional with a thriller, as most thrillers tend to follow a linear narrative, whereas ours is set in one room for the most of it, and it is flashbacks. Even the main bulk of the scene is just a dream, isn't it, really? So I think that is quite unusual.
In a way, there's no resolution either, because the audience can take their own interpretations from it, and no one really understands, what is going to happen to this character, and there's no happy ending or sad ending. So it sort of led to the audience to take their interpretation of the characters and think this is what Johnny would have done in, I don't know, a year's time or whatever.
We also, the only woman in the film is the damsel in distress, which is following the more traditional codes of convention, but I think more traditional codes of thrillers. But I think recently we've seen start breaking away from that in films like Salt, with Angelina Jolie as the main.
Women are starting to get more power.
Yeah, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the remake. So I think we've kind of gone back a step and used her as the damsel in distress again, which I think a traditional feminist would be quite annoyed about. Yeah, as we're kind of portraying a patriarchal society.
However, we do challenge this in a way because her costume isn't very provocative in any way. It's sort of normal wear, so we're not really objectifying her in such a way. So she's not wearing the red dress of desire or the.
She's just more of a prop. She's just
more of
there to be killed.
She's there with just a certain purpose. She's not really given characterization that you'd expect from quite a lot of modern day films.
So yeah, and the effects. I don't think the effects are more seen as a sci-fi element.
The more conventional of the CGI films like Avatar and so on.
So I think we've brought that into the thriller, which I think is quite good, because I think that challenges the conventions, as you don't see in many films that special effects to that extent.
We wanted to make it more visually dynamic in a certain way, and just sort of make the thriller more imposing on a visual scale.
Yeah. And the music, do you want to?
Yeah, the music isn't conventional in the sense that it's over-dramatised. You could find a lot of thriller films undertone being
it's like a constant.
Yeah, so it's just sort of quietly quietly building up the film, and you're not supposed to notice it that much, but by the time we murder Becca's character Claire, it becomes
It's
very
dramatic.
orchestral and dramatic,
Yeah.
very warlike and so on, and that sort of challenges the conventions because we're making it very obvious that this is a point to be noticed.
I also think the very last song challenges
Yeah.
the convention of thrillers because it's quite a romantic song really, rather than usually you have quite a downbeat ending into a thriller, so it'll be a downbeat song as the credits roll.
Yeah.
But I think this is quite it's quite optimistic, saying that he has the potential to go insane, but he actually hasn't killed his girlfriend, so he could change something about his life.
And it's almost ironic in a way, because we've got this sort of more conventional song that you don't see in thriller films, and yet there's still the lingering question whether he's got the potential. And on the flip side of what Becca said, it's quite an eerie thought.
That is it.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to the feedback.